What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Bronchos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Bronchos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.
Welcome to the end of season edition of the All Gas No Breaks podcast. To my right, head coach Pat Shanley. I just can't believe it's over.
Yeah, man, it hit you like a ton of bricks. Certainly was not prepared for it to be over, and we certainly had big goals with this team, but yeah, man, we fell short. We fell short. We didn't get the bounces on Friday night, but I tell you, I think our community should be really, really proud of how hard our kids played and how hard our team played. I know it's cliche, you leave it all on the field, but if you were there and you were watching, you saw a group of dudes that were on the field, you saw a group of people on the sideline, you saw people in the stands that were giving everything they had to what we were trying to accomplish. And, it was a heartbreaker, man. Like I told you guys after the game, the pain of that loss will never go away. It will never go away. It's going to hurt forever. And, we're already starting to work on next season. But, man, it hurts. It hurts. And I think it mostly hurts for you guys, you seniors, and not being able to get it done for you. Bronco Nation's a special place, and not being able to get it done and deliver and make history yet is disappointing. It's disappointing, but, tip your cap to Concord. Obviously, they've got good players. They're well coached, and, we wish them well. But, very, very tough ending. Yeah.
But you always got to look at the silver linings. The winningest class in school history, 3 sectionals, 2 NCCs. I think I saw 21 wins in over 2 years.
I know we've talked about it, but you guys won. You guys are saying 2 games as freshmen, and, some close losses. But, some people might walk away and choose other paths and do other things. But you guys put in the work. You got in the weight room with OGD. Aiden H. was a kid that hadn't played football until his freshman year, right? And he developed into the number 1 recruit in the state of A&M, number 36 in the country. Omar Williams was a kid, like those are the stars, but like Joyce Ndamba was a backup to the backup as a freshman to develop into a starting outside linebacker. Yep. To have a class of 30 guys that stuck with it, found a role, found a niche, and to go back-to-back NCC champions, to go back-to-back sectional champions, to be that close to history is something that, I know everybody's going to look back on one day and be really, really proud of what that group accomplished.
Yep. Also, not just that, they got it done in the classroom. We really did.
Yeah.
How many guys, 3.0 GPA?
I think we said 14. We have 14 guys in this class that have over a 3.0 GPA. The number of guys over a 3.5 is up there too. I mean, it's a lot of guys that really take what being a student athlete is about. They take it serious. This group made history, in respect to the strongest team in school history, the fastest team in school history. They won the Hamilton Southeastern Strength Contest. We've done that for a number of years. It's the first team to go win one. And again, the number of guys that are over a 3.0 GPA is awesome. We have 38 guys, all A's and B's right now, and again, that's led by this senior class. Our goal is to get to 50 in December. We hope we can get there. 50 guys, all A's and B's would be impressive, and that would be something that we could all be proud of as well. But, yeah, man, the student-athlete aspect of being a Jeff football player, this class took very serious.
And then I also just want to get back to the Concord game here. When you look at the crowd, that was probably the loudest crowd I've ever heard in my 4 years.
And 10 years here at Jeff, I think it was the 2-point play that Kavion made.
I really thought.
Yeah, looking at my son, our ball boy, and I made eye contact with him, and I could see he's like, "We did it, Dad." And all I could think about, we got to recover this kick, you know. But that crowd after that breakup, man, it was the loudest I've ever heard our crowd. I mean, the red zone showed up. Mrs. Johns and Mr. Preston and what they did, you know, we had no seats on the fan bus.
Yeah.
It was completely full. They had to tell people no, you know, for a 3-hour bus ride. You know, and again, it just reinforces what we already know, Mood, is that this place is special. It's special. You know, like I work for an administration. Every single administrator reached out to me over the weekend and to show their support. Every single one. It's not that way everywhere. It's not that way everywhere. You know, our administration, Hyatt, you know, the Red Zone, our cheer team, our band is second to none. You know, we have a special environment that makes football and athletics in general really, really special to the educational experience for our student athletes. And you know, I certainly feel blessed to be a part of it. And, you know, I know all of our student athletes certainly feel like rock stars when they put that jersey on, too.
Speaking of the crowd, this senior class went undefeated at home for 2 years straight.
Wow.
So from their junior year and senior year, they did not lose a game at home.
Yeah.
It's something special right there.
Yeah, man, the shoe's awesome, isn't it, Moody? I mean, it's a special.
It's huge, by the way. I always say this whenever we go to a away game. I'm just like the stands aren't that big. How are they gonna fit all of us? Because we always show up, and the shoe's always packed, and it is a huge stadium. It is a great high school environment.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many things that go into making this a special school and a special program, and you know, when you get to play in front of you know, our community at Schumann Stadium, it's something that, you know, I know our coaches don't take for granted, and I don't think our players do either. Especially you as a senior, you get to look back and reflect, and you know, understand how special this ride was. You know, that's certainly something that makes it special, man. That Friday nights in the shoe, man, it's just different, and unless you experience it, you don't really know. But it's special, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I mean, that's awesome that seniors went undefeated at home. Wish we could have had one more at home.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I got to carry the flag out this year against McCutcheon. That's probably my favorite moment I had in my career.
Yeah.
Got to carry it out of the shoe.
And you earned it. Yeah. I mean, the pride, you know, the pride in the LJ, positive spirit. That's what the flag carrier is. So, you know, for our fans that are watching, you know, we vote on that in a variety of different ways that we vote. We ask different people to select it, and I don't recall what you did to earn it specifically, but obviously your positive energy and your pride in this place, how good of a teammate you are. I'll never forget, you know, I can't remember which coach told me, but you running down as a senior on scout team saying, I get to play football, right? It's awesome, man. And again, I think that embodies this senior class. These guys that enjoyed being together, they loved each other, and were willing to sacrifice, you know, maybe their own personal wants and you know, feelings for the greater good of the team and the program. So I thank you for that, Moody, and I thank your senior class for that, because it is just a special group, man. Special group of men that we're going to miss a lot. We're going to miss you guys.
Another person I wanted to thank was OJD. Nothing happens without the greatest strength coach, not just in school history, but probably in the nation.
He's the best. He's the best in the business. Yeah. He's the best. And he doesn't get enough credit, quite honestly, for what we do. We've won 80% of our games since he's been our strength coach. 80%.
Mm-hmm.
80% of the times that we've suited up since Greg Dunkel's been our strength coach, we've won. I touched on Aiden H., and Aiden's got to do the work, but that dude couldn't, like, he had athleticism. You could see the size and the frame, but, like, if you were going to tell me, and I think we talked about this before we started airing, but if you were to say that kid was going to be the number 1 recruit in the state of Indiana, the number 36 recruit in the country, I think it's elite programming. Yep. We got elite facilities. It's elite programming, and we have a group of dudes that attack the work. Like, that's important. The culture that you guys have helped establish in that weight room, combined with what he's providing for you, it's unique. It's not old school, throw it around grandpa's weight room. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've been through it. It's just different. And Again, how do you take last year's seniors won 1 game as freshmen. You guys won 2. Those guys won 21 games and 2 sectionals and 2 conference championships. Mm-hmm. I would like to think that we have the best strength coach in the country.
Yep. We can't get it done without him. Just simple as that.
Yeah. Amen, man.
And then I also just want to put one out there for Mrs. Johns, who really did put that crowd all together. I mean, like you said, she had that fan bus ready and signed up. And also shout out you and Clayton for paying for 90% of the fees to get them down there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's probably more Clayton than me, but so I don't need any credit for that. Mrs. Johns is a rock star. Yeah, I mean, she loves this place. She could do a lot of other things and probably make a lot more money elsewhere, but she loves Lafayette Jeff, and she loves our student athletes, and you know, in many ways, she bridges some gaps for some of our kids. You know, and she's on your guys' tail about grades, so we celebrated grades. You know, Mrs. Johns deserves some credit for that. Again, you guys got to do the work, but she has conversations with kids who are struggling and pushes them and challenges them. You know, how many kids went from being struggling students as freshmen to all A's and B's right now? Ricky Rush is a straight A student.
Yep. Right?
And, you know, Mrs. Johns has had a lot of conversations with Ricky Rush. But he's done the work. But I tell you, man, we couldn't do it without Mrs. Johns. Again, this place is special for many reasons, and she certainly plays a role in what makes this place so special.
Next, I want to shout out Mr. Leverance and Mr. Gardner. I mean, you don't see an AD going to a 2.5-hour game every week like they do, and they always make the trip. I can't tell you the last time I ever saw them miss a game. I don't think they ever did.
No.
I don't think they ever did.
No, and you know, it's tough. Again, you know, one thing that has me emotional is you know, Scott Leverance played Jeff football.
Yep.
And you know, he came back home after, you know, being at Twin Lakes for a number of years, and you know, was an assistant principal here, and then you know, his Sunset job, right off in the Sunset job, was the assistant AD. And then, you know, our facilities look great because he demands that they look great. You know, there's no stone unturned with Scott Leverance, and that dude bleeds red and black. So, you know, I was hoping, you know, and selfishly for him that we could deliver a regional championship for Mr. Leverance, and what a way to ride off into the sunset. But I know I've talked to him since, and he's just really, really proud of Bronco Nation, and really proud of our staff, and he's really proud of our you know, our program and our seniors. And Mr. Gardner's phenomenal. You know, selfishly having a football guy in that office that understands our needs. You know, he can't give us everything we want, but he understands what it takes to build a championship program, and he does everything that he can to provide our student athletes what they need to be successful. So, you know, to have that leadership down there in that office, it's not something that I take for granted. We're fortunate to have the leadership down there that we have.
And the last shout-outs here just goes to parents, anybody who helped out with Bronco Nation last year, the Penleys, who always film the games, who are always riding the mini buses with us, all the coaches who just spent all their time away from their families the last couple of years. And
yeah, man, there's you know, I've got a list here of people to thank, and, you know, I'm sure I'm going to forget some. We touched on the administration. We touched on the athletic department, the Red Zone, Bronco Nation, just our fans, our community members that come out and support, you know, the number of people that donate meals and help us, help you guys be well fed on Friday nights and properly nourished. Our parents are phenomenal. You know, we ask a lot of you guys, which in turn means we're asking a lot of our parents. And, you know, we got a group of parents that understand the value and hopefully the impact that our program can have on your guys' lives, and they're very, very supportive. You know, I hear a lot of horror stories about crazy parents at other schools, and 10 years here, man, I've had very few negative interactions with parents. Our parents support us, and they support our mission. They support what we're trying to do, and, you know, we love that. I mean, our coaches, we have a phenomenal coaching staff, Moody. I would put our coaching staff up against anybody. But, you know, they are good football coaches. They're very good football coaches, but they're better men. The amount of money that our coaches spend out of their pockets to make sure you got your Thursday meals, the hydration sticks, a lot of our Coach Warner drives every game. He never asked me $1 for gas money to make sure we're getting all of our equipment there to the games. I mean, they feed. My brother feeds inside linebackers every single week. You know, Clayton. You know the stuff. You know, he doesn't want any credit, and he'd be mad I even mentioned his name. But what the Richard family does around our program. the amount of money OGD spends to provide you guys with some things that maybe you need. I mean, our coaches step up. And the only reason that they do it is because they love our players and they love our kids and they love this community. And none of that would be possible if we didn't have wives that supported that. Because, my wife, and I'm speaking on her, and you could say it's about every wife on the staff, they're essentially single mothers this time of year. Because it's 7 days a week. It's a grind. It's I don't count the hours intentionally. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the pennies on the dollar that we're making doing what we do. But that's not why we got into it. We get rich because we impact lives. We don't get rich because we get paid. We get rich because we're doing that. And again, our wives are what bridge that gap and allow us to do what we do. You're going to be a future coach. So the importance of selecting, if you will, the right spouse is really important. And I definitely outkicked my coverage with Megan Shanley, and she allows me to live my dream every day, and I'm fortunate for that. So thank you to all our wives. Yeah,
also,
man.
Thank you, Mr. Long, for always allowing me, setting this up every week, getting this all this stuff that you see around us, just setting up, including the cameras. I thank you, Mr. Long. He edits all this and within 24 hours, usually. Mm-hmm. It's very impressive.
He works hard, and he gets a sweatshirt out of it, right? So, it's I love the production. I think it's really cool. I hope our viewers appreciate what Mr. Long's doing, what you've done, and the time and effort that you guys have poured into this program. I think it's cool to kind of give our fans and our community an inside look of what Bronco football is and what makes us unique and what makes it special. So, none of it would be possible without Jamie Long. So we're thankful for him and all the time and effort that he volunteers to make this whole production possible.
Yep.
You want to talk about next year, or are we touching on that, or are we running out of time?
I think we're about to wrap it up right here. So
all right.
Let's get it going.
Let's get it going.
On January. We're going to take a little vacation here from the podcast for the next couple of weeks in December. Yep. We'll be back in January, and we'll be back and going. And I'll still be here. Still have a very big role, and it'll be now longer episodes. Obviously, there'll be the off-season episodes, so you'll get to see guests and reoccurring people more often. Yeah,
we got some special guests planned, right? I mean,
yep.
It's gonna be cool.
Yep.
Looking forward to keeping this thing going and keeping it rolling. But again, just thank you, Bronco Nation, for all the support that you guys provided this year, man. It's special. I know our kids appreciate it, and it's. We're thankful. We're thankful. It's not something we take for granted. Thank you, Bronco Nation.
Make sure you hit the bell icon, and for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go Broncos.
What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.